Hello everyone, how are you? Happy Wednesday. How is my MIGT community doing? I hope you all are doing well on this Wednesday. What brings me back is due to another subscriber's request, and I've honored her request. This request is pertaining to a celebrity reading on Kim Hong Joong from K-pop group ATEEZ. And this request has come in from subscriber CeeCee. So CeeCee, as I promised you, that this is a reading that you've been wanting me to do. So I have honored your request, and anyone else who happens to be a fan like CeeCee of this boy band group of ATEEZ, and particularly if you're interested in knowing about Kim Hong Joong, then by all means, along with CeeCee, feel free to watch this reading. All right, CeeCee, so you wanted to know in particularly about the area of career, what it's like and what is going on with his career, and no doubt with the band itself, right? So as we continue, I just want to state that Kim Hong Joong is a popular K-pop star from South Korea, and he is known actually as the leader of the world famous boy band group ATEEZ. He is 24 years old, and his zodiac sign is a Scorpio, which makes him a water sign. So always like to know what the sign is, so we'll know when their energy comes up on a reading. And so let's get right into the cards, into this reading to see what has come up in the area of career for him. So the first card that came out was the Four of Cups, and I love it because this is his energy right here that is starting off his reading, as he is of a water sign. So cups represents the water signs. But if you can notice here that this image here, this depiction of this young lady, Naren Tarot, there is no specific gender, so this can very well be a masculine that can be represented here. It's just all about the attitude and the energy. So if you notice very closely, this is an energy that is kind of like got their hands up on their face because they are kind of bored. This just generally represents boredom. It represents being tired of being bored. It's like, or it could also mean lost opportunities, depending on how the reading is flowing, but particularly pertaining to Kim, that he is feeling bored. But I also picked up that there has been a pause. Don't know why, and I think that it pertains to something with the group itself. I don't know why they are like on a pause, but I feel that right now they're having like a down period. And the reason I say that is because right next to that, what came out was the Knight of Swords. So whatever it is, things is starting to like pick back up. Now, before I go on, I want to clarify actually the attitude and the spirit and the message overall. When I clarified what does the Four of Cups means and why he is just like in this energy of feeling bored. And to clarify that, we have here both the Star, and I must say a lot of major arcanas have come out in this reading pertaining to his career. So I always feel that whenever we get major arcanas that come out from the tarot deck, it really signifies something very intense, but it also highlights what is truly going on energetically pertaining to whatever the nature of the reading pertains to. And for him, it's pertaining to his career. So like I said, we have here the Star, that's him. And we have the Emperor, that's him as well. So in actuality, being that he is the leader of the group, it shows that he is the Star, right? Him being the leader, he's the Star. He's the one that kind of takes the lead, because you see the Emperor is also someone of leadership. So he leads the group, right? Even though they do work together and they do have a right to express their opinions, or they have, certain ideas they can exchange. But I feel that overall, when it comes to the final decisions and how and what it is that he wants, or see an image of how he wants the band to be presented, he definitely is taking the lead as the leader, because he is ultimately the star of that group. Okay? Now, going back over to the next card that came out from that energy of the Four of Cups, we have here the Knight of Swords. So like I said, whatever it was that I picked up, that I felt that the group currently just had like a pause. Nothing, permanent. They just had like a minor pause, a little, moment where perhaps whatever it is, now it has picked up. So perhaps they are touring, they've gone back to work. They are maybe having concerts, but I feel that this is like pertaining to a tour. But when I clarified what particularly that this Knight of Swords is representing, we have here, to clarify, we have the Judgment and the Hangman. Two more major arcana. So far this makes the fourth major arcana that have come out, because remember we got the Star and the Emperor. So the major arcana of the Judgment and the Hangman, again, let's go to the Hangman. The Hangman is still like a holding pattern. It's like waiting, right? So whatever it is, things has picked up. That's what the Knight of Swords is. So whatever it is that they had to kind of take a break for whatever reason, now they are back on the road. I feel like I said, they are touring, whatever, capacity or whatever nature that this is, that the group has picked up. And I feel that the reason is because of the Judgment here. The Judgment can be judging yourself or other people judging you. And I feel that overall, as the leader, Kim Hung, just the same, that he felt that he would be judged. And maybe not him, but the group itself. I feel that I pick up that he is a very hard worker. And with that being said, even if it calls for them to take a break, but I feel because he has such a passion and because he is just like, I also picked up with his energy, when I really channeled his energy and I kind of just looked at him, his picture, it's like he is really, there is a mysterious side to him, but at the same time, he is unique. He is quite a character in a good sense, because he is just very electric. He is a hard worker. He's very passionate, and overall, he's very creative. So when you combine all those traits and all of that ambitious attitude, there is very little room to kind of stop and take your time, right? So I feel he has a very driven personality, which makes me feel that he keeps the other members on their toes. And in terms of the Judgment card here, I feel that he did not want to be judged by his fans, if need be, or it could be the manager, whoever it is. He didn't want to feel judged that they were taking too much time off. It's like, we got to get back to work. And that's why it is under the King of Swords. So it's time to get back to work. Okay. Now we move over to the next card that came out, was the Chariot. This is another major arcana. So this is a very powerful reading in terms of the nature and the manner in which his career is going. But the Chariot again is another energy like that of the Knight of Swords. It's fast moving energy. It's like a pick me up. But I feel that this relates to them getting back on the road, doing that tour, or they are touring, because the Chariot represents a mode of transportation, be it car, be it plane, be it train, whatever mode of travel. This is them traveling in between to go on tour, as they are probably, no doubt, going various to various countries, right? And so to clarify that Chariot, we have here the King of Swords, the Devil, another major arcana, and then at the bottom of that, we did have the Three of Cups. So let's speak about the King of Swords. So the King of Swords to me is Kim. That represents him being the leader, right? But when it comes to the other members of the group, because we got the Devil energy here, so I feel that although he is a hard worker and he kind of keeps the group on their toes and keeps them focused, because overall I feel that there are moments when other members of the group don't want to always be working. I think that in between the tours, they want to be like the young boys that they are, because I'm sure most of them is around his age, in their early 20s, right? And so what do young guys do? They like to have fun. They like to go out to the clubs. They like to go to the bar and drink, because the devil energy is, it can mean a few things, but generally it's like kind of dipping into, your shadow self. It could be addictions. It doesn't have to be, but it also could just be simply just wanting to, go out, have fun, drink, get drunk, be a little mischievous. And I feel that this is the attitude of his members from the other group, not particularly him. And I think that sometimes they may say to him, like, let's take a break, in between. I want to go to the bar. I want to go to the club. I want to, hang out with the girls, or we want to, do our thing and just have fun and just get into stuff, right? And I feel that because of him being that King of Swords, that I think that he says, we have to stay focused. If you guys are out drinking, you can't work. You're not going to be focused. You're not going to be able to perform in the best way possible, right? We have a show tomorrow. We are still pretty much busy. And I think, and I get that feeling that, like I said, him being that King of Swords, right? Although he's a Scorpio, but sometimes I feel he does take on the energy of the swords, which means air sign, because air energy, they are communicative, but they speak their piece and they speak the truth. They speak what needs to be said. And I think that's him addressing the other members of the group, where they want to just kick back, have fun, and just be the young men that they are. I think, like I said, he puts them on their toes and keeps them in check. All right? So that's why. But overall, it could also mean that at times they butt heads. Okay, so that's like another side message, that sometimes it could be that they may also have disputes. They may have little arguments and stuff like that. But whatever friction that they do get into, because it's what's I about to say? It happens when it comes to groups, girl groups, boy groups. It's going to be some clashing. It's going to be butting heads, right? But overall, hopefully that they do wind up making up and they having good times, right? And so to me, with the Three of Cups being here, that just represents that they kind of just laugh it off and they make back up, and then they wind up celebrating. If they don't go out and celebrate, like maybe in their hotel room, they wind up just, having just maybe a few drinks, but staying sober and not really like getting drunk. But basically, this also represents friendship. So I feel that they have love for each other and that they are good friends, despite that they may have moments where they may argue, not see eye to eye. And like I said, that's very typical when it comes to any type of a musical group, right? Now, we also now have here another major arcana that actually have come out again, the Judgment. So we had it here, and this is coming out again. So I feel, again, when it comes to them being on the road, when it comes to Kim wanting to keep the band, the members in line and keep them focused, that he's somehow, he feels a sort of way about being judged, about their image, So I feel that, despite that they are pretty much in their own, they are unique in their own way. But for him, as being the leader, it's almost like he's trying to set an example and he's trying to keep the group in check, right? And I feel that because of his image, his image is one that, and looking at some of his pictures, he is definitely quite, like I said, he has his own style and own flair. And I think that at times that contributes to his creative ideas and just creates the whole theme and the attitude that he wants the group to be presented as, right? And I think that, like I said, he's always making sure that no one steps out of line so as to be judged, if that makes sense. Okay, that's what I feel. Now, as we move down to clarify also the Judgment card, we have here the Six of Pentacles, another major arcana, the Fool, and then we have at the bottom that came out was the Ace of Cups. Now, from this point on, this is going to be pretty much pertaining to Kim, I would say, individually. And why I say that is because once I saw the Six of Pentacles, this is a Six situation or a matter that he's been contemplating, and that is him thinking about disbanding from the group. I really strongly feel, as I was coming toward the end of the cards, my intuition just feels very strongly that at some point I feel that Kim will leave the group. He would disband. But also I feel that, I don't know, again, how long they have been together as a group, but I feel, at times contracts of, them being on their record label, their contracts do have to expire. And so that could be the reason, but whether it's time or not, I feel that overall that he really has been thinking and contemplating about, like I said, disbanding from the group to kind of go solo, because he feels that the opportunity will be more beneficial to him as a solo artist, right? So, because the Six of Pentacles is give and take. And you have these pentacles, which represents money, is being shared among the members. And so with the Fool being here, I think he's at a place where he no longer wants to share. He loves them, they're good friends, but I think now he's thinking about disengaging and kind of going to do his own thing. And this is what the Fool comes into play, because the Fool is the beginning of something new, as well as the Ace of Cups. This is his energy again. The Cups, being a water sign, being a Scorpio. This is his energy where he wants to take that leap of faith and start something fresh and new, right? Because I feel that he no longer wants to share the spoils, so to speak, among the members. And I think that, but also because of his personality, again, and his attitude, he is a man that has so much that goes on in his head. And I think it's a lot for him to actually keep up with, in a sense, because he has so many brilliant, genius ideas. He is very creative. As a Scorpio, they are very talented, but they are also very creative. And I feel that he has so many ideas, but also ideas that not only he has with his current boy group, but ideas that he's looking to put into play in the projected future. And this is why I feel that he will, at some point, I feel he will separate and go his own way, and will become someone, as a solo artist, and I feel that he knows that the opportunity will be more better and not sharing those pentacles, because like I say, when you have groups, they all have to share the spoils, so to speak. They have to share it, right? So the only way that really you can really get any type of big pentacle and more money going into your pocket where you don't have to share is separating from a group, right? So that's where I think he is at. Now we move over to another major arcana of the Hermit. The Hermit here, I had to take a second to see what was this about, because typically the Hermit is a period of resting. It's taking time out. It's reflecting. So to me, he has been giving lots of thought about disbanding from the group. Now, in terms of when, I don't see that happening just yet. I feel that he might stick it out with the group maybe for another couple of months, but this could be something that he might begin to take that leap of faith and approach another direction by himself, maybe by the top of the new year. Maybe by 2024 is when the band will separate and now he will go solo. But remember, time is fluid, so it can happen before or it can happen after. But I just get the feeling that it's something that will be in the foreseeable future. But going back to the Hermit, like I said, it is a moment where you are by yourself, you're meditating. And I feel that this is where he is at, that he's been giving a lot of thought to it since maybe the start of this year, or maybe even the end of last year, perhaps. He might have been giving thought to leaving the group, right? Also, to clarify that, we have here the Page of Pentacles along with the Five of Cups and with the Ace of Pentacles. We have a lot of aces as well. So anytime you get an ace in a reading, it always symbolizes new beginnings, new starts, something that is presented, opportunities. So this is what I'm saying. He see the solo opportunities for him if he does remove himself from the group. But now going back to the Page of Pentacles, just want to make a reference. When I mentioned a few minutes ago that how he shares the Pentacles among the other members. Now this is him as the Page of Pentacles. If you look, he's looking at that pentacle. It's one pentacle. He's looking at it. And it's like, yeah, this feels good to me. This is what I want. I want to be able to have my own money. I don't want to have to split and share with the other members, right? So that's like the kind of attitude and what he's thinking. He wants that pentacle for himself, right? But in doing that, it doesn't mean that if and when he does separate and disband from the group, that he's going to just move on and not be in contact with them, or that he's not going to feel sad about it. He's going to feel sad because the Five of Cups here is leaving something behind, but you also kind of looking back at what it was that you left. And I feel that this will be him, that he will feel some sort of way about leaving the group because they are close. They are really, I feel that they are good friends and that they do have a good relationship. But again, I feel that in moving ahead toward the future, I think that this is something that he is going to do. I really strongly feel that, and I always have to go with what I feel. I try not to never doubt what I feel. Whatever I feel strongly, I just stick with that. So that's what I feel. And then the Ace of Pentacles, again, it's almost just like the Page of Pentacles. You see one big major pentacle, which means that will be more money for him. Not sharing these small pentacles because, you know, the dividends, the division that you have to spread the money after they have, you know, made it, right? After they have cut a record, the sales that they get, it has to be divided among them. So to me, he's looking straight ahead into the future and saying, I don't have to do this no more if I go solo, right? And then we come to the last card here, the Nine of Pentacles. He's thinking about leaving because the Nine of Pentacles is being stable, like he's seeing the outcome of him making that decision to disband from the group. And the outcome is that I'm going to have my pentacles and it's going to be mine. And it's going to still keep me in a very financial, secure situation. It's going to be stable. Right? Because maybe with them dividing it, it's good, but it's not like getting it on your own, getting it for yourself, going into your own pockets, right? And then as we wind down to clarify the Nine of Pentacles, again, we have here the Page of Cups and we have the King of Pentacles. So he can very well, being of what he is, being such a brilliant genius of ideas and being passionate, being devoted to what he's doing, he will reach to the King of Pentacles from the Nine of Pentacles. Because the King of Pentacles is wealth. It's really success. So it shows that the energy and the decision that he will pretty much make later on, I feel this year, it will bring him a lot of success and that he will do well as a solo artist. And then we have the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is his energy, but it also could be that somebody might present him with an offer. Because pages are like messengers. They bring you something. You can accept something, but it's usually a bringer of something new. Some kind of good news. And so that's what I feel. He's going to maybe sign up with another label as an independent, artist. But it's going to be an offer that will be made to him. And ultimately, as we close out with the Four of Wands. To me, the Four of Wands, even though it's a minor arcana, it acts like a major arcana because this is one of the most powerful, most happiest cards to get in the tarot reading because the Four of Wands pretty much just shows success, shows happiness, and really being fulfilled, but also a wish, because I feel that this was something that he might have, like I said, contemplated and maybe have as well, perhaps the end of last year, coming into this new year. It's something that he has dreamed about, something that he wanted. So it also can represent a dream coming true, and that dream ultimately will be something that will make him happy at the very end. All right, CeeCee. So that's what I got in terms of his career. I hope I addressed your question pertaining to that career. And anyone else who was curious, I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you did enjoy this reading, CeeCee, and anyone else who was wanting to know about this particular celebrity, then you know what to do. Send some electricity to that thumbs button. Give me a like. Any other viewer, you're not a subscriber and you like this reading and any other videos I bring to this channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Much appreciated. And until the next request, I'm wishing all of you a wonderful Wednesday afternoon. Peace, love, and light. Bye.